Okay, the fintech space is expanding. Definitely, we are in the digital sector. That's the business I run in. We are looking at a lot of traditional businesses going into the digital space, and that's exciting for everybody. We see a lot of progress. Looking at this event that happened last year and this year, we can see that there's a lot of increase generally, and definitely within the people that use digital products.
I use fintech because that is the way the world is going. It's smart, it's convenient, and I don't have to go and sleep in the bank anymore. I don't think I can remember when I visited the bank to use a check or something like that. So that is the way to go.
Fintech helps fill in the gaps where the traditional banking system is too slow or too expensive or for some reason inaccessible. I think at the end of the day, you kind of still have to use both, realistically. So I don't know if one is separable from the other, because I even think that banks are becoming more integrated with fintech and even coming out with their own fintech applications from within the bank. So I think it's more of a marriage than necessarily a competition.
I don't really use banks except I have to. That's the contemporary banks. That's the commercial banks. Because I think I've moved over to like fintech. I feel like as a remote worker myself, I use platforms like Gray or RiseVest to kind of take money from my workplace. So I think that shift has been there a while ago. But because I feel like there are a lot of things that has to be done locally, you still have to use commercial banks, right? Like GT Bank and the rest. But I feel like there's already a move towards like the fintech bank because of maybe more interest rates, more investment of opportunities, right? So I feel that's how I'm thinking about it. Currently, I'm getting a lot of value because so my own context, right, is I'm a remote worker and I earn in foreign currency, right? So I'll be expecting fast payments. I'll be expecting to be able to convert those money back to Nigerian currency. And I think I'm getting those from these fintechs. But I feel like one thing I've noticed quite recently is that I can't save in Naira in those platforms and then get interest on them. I only get interest in like the foreign denomination, maybe like dollars or euros.
I think it's gotten pretty easier and faster over the years with fintechs, right? And yes, absolutely fintechs, absolutely all the time. It's faster, like I mean, in no time they get like the money instantly, right? So obviously fintechs, please, fintechs. And if you ask me, I think Sycamore NG is my favorite fintech, yes. There are a lot of things to talk about, but if I'm being honest, I think it's fraud, right? If collectively all fintechs will come together and integrate and say, hi, we're going to like plug into our whole systems and try to like beat away against fraudsters, I mean, I think it's going to be a game changer. It might not be so exactly profitable, but you know, at the end of the day, we know we're safe, fraudsters aren't going to scam us anymore. So I mean, fraud would be like a big, you know, service to like provide, yes. Please.
The commercial bank in Nigeria is quite known for a lot of unnecessary charges. I mean, you pay for card maintenance, you pay for every transfer you make a lot of you incur a lot of charges on each transactions, which is not a good thing on the side of a customer. These charges are not quite the story on the side of fintechs, but we also must consider the security of our transactions. You would agree with me that there has been an uproar in previous times and even presently concerning the security of conducting transactions alongside fintechs. So for daily transactions, all day, all night, I will use a fintech app. But for long-term, or let me say bigger transactions, for the purpose of security, I will stay with the traditional banking systems. Technology definitely is revolutionizing the way we perform our day-to-day activities. Instead of going to a bank, probably stay on a queue, speak with the over-the-counter attendant and waste a lot of other productive time trying to just send money to someone or trying to carry out a transaction. At the push or at the click of a button or few buttons, I mean, you could literally send money around the world. So the ease of use of a lot of fintech transactions poses a better advantage as to the traditional counterpart. So for this particular reason, I mean, the global advantage of technology in itself is to make your day-to-day activities easier, to make your life better, which is being seen in using fintech apps. So for me, I prefer using fintech apps banking on the ease of use for carrying out my daily transactions. In Nigeria, a lot of fintech apps have not made their cross-border payments as seamless as we expect it to be. Many offer either deposit options without withdrawal. There is no clearly mapped out resolution for failed transactions you get. So a customer or customers at large are going to be worried. What happens if my money gets stuck? Is there a clearly mapped out resolution path that I can follow to sort out issues, which is quite not the case with many fintech startups. So I would say across local payments, they are doing very well. But when it comes to making cross-border payments, global payments, international transactions as easy and as seamless as it should be, there is a lot of, or there are some issues that I feel can be solved.
I use traditional banks, but I definitely see the future in fintechs. Because fintechs offer more automated options that makes banking seamless and easier. But I'd say I definitely tilt more towards fintechs. Okay, I would say maybe a more simplified user experience for the uneducated or the unexposed and unbanked sector of Nigeria. We have a lot of people who are unaware about the potential that financial technology services can provide, and so I'll definitely say that I would love to see them offer more seamless and just user-friendly platforms that people can easily navigate while understanding that their rights are being protected.
Commercial banks, they have their use cases, especially when you need reliable services and you kind of like a bank that you can trust. So walk in and a bank that you can walk into and get feedback, or call someone and get feedback. So yeah, sometimes I lean towards fintech, sometimes I lean towards traditional banks, but I'm on the fence on both of them. One service that some fintechs don't offer is personalized service. And as I say this, I know some people might think that regular banks don't also offer personalized service, but they kind of do. If you reach out to your account officer, chances are you get personalized service with your account officer. You can chat them up on WhatsApp, let them know your problems are, instead of going to the bank physically to get things done. I get that kind of service from some traditional banks. But with fintechs, with some fintechs, you don't get that kind of that kind of service where you have an account officer, someone you can call if there's an issue. It's mostly an AI or a third-party organization that fronts as the company, and in some cases you wouldn't know. But the idea that there's no one person you can call is my drawback with fintech companies.
Well, I think it's temporal. I think we'll still see more of adoption. People will still come board to use it all over the country. Even outside Nigeria, they use crypto. So I can see that there's still progress. There's a lot of progress that will be done using crypto as a facilitator and payment tool.
I still deal in that. I have a couple coins, though the platforms to trade on are quite restrictive right now, because of the policies. But I still deal heavily on crypto. A couple platforms like Bybit, so crypto, yes, because it's going to help a lot. So think about it. There are several ways to get money as a freelancer, right? Maybe you want to get it in form of the fiat currency, or you want to get it in form of crypto, right? And think about how crypto grows, and it's potential. So I feel if it was reintroduced or on a more relaxed framework, I think it will work for us.
We need to make more money. The economy is not stable. Inflation is everywhere, right? Acceptable way to make more money is in dollars now, and crypto gives us access to do all of that. So please, crypto by all means, bring it back, I beg. Take off, lift off that ban. I need that money. I need the money, the money is good, for real, it is.
The lives of many tech experts, many tech enthusiasts and professionals across Nigeria have been hampered and clamped down on by the move to hinder and stop seamless crypto transactions by the Central Bank of Nigeria. Our lives, our businesses are suffering. The ease of moving money across borders, the ease of carrying out day-to-day transactions without incurring so much expenses that reduces our profitability, reduces the chances of us making good money. Our lives are being affected by this law. We plead, and I'm saying this on behalf of every tech professional, every tech enthusiast, every tech bro, every techist out there, that the CBN should please review this policy, have the heart of the millions of people that their lives are being affected by this policy, that their businesses have been tampered with by this policy. Help them to live better by reviewing this policy. I mean, make crypto transactions as easy as possible, make it legal so we can trade. In fact, in doing this, it's going to improve our global relevance, right? You can now export more tech services to the global populace, which in turn is a good sight for our overall economic overview. So it's going to be a dream come true if there can be a time where cryptocurrency, it was like that before, if we can bring back those old times where cryptocurrency can be a legal tender in our dear country.
Regulations around crypto around the world is something that a lot of regulators and governments are considering more closely. Nigeria has a lot of brilliant tech founders, and I believe that the government can definitely look into putting in policies that protect our rights, but also enables us to deal in crypto in a more safe and properly regulated manner.
I would like to advise CBN to be a little open-minded towards cryptocurrency. Try to find a way for our government to work with cryptocurrency and some of those organizations. Because even here at the event, there are some cryptocurrency companies here currently operating, and they claim they already have regulations with CBN, they already have these connections with CBN. And it's difficult for them to push to people out there about getting into the crypto space. And even me, I'm very skeptical about it because of the way the government portrays it. So I'm just saying the government should be a little open towards it.
For more on well-researched and balanced stories, events and interviews across business, tech innovation and lifestyle, please like, share and subscribe to this channel, www.youtube.com/Digivation Network.